Suited for Success managed to bring the entire fandom together and have the same opinion, which is rare for the My Little Pony fandom, considering there's so much discourse in it. I would know because I'm in it, and I'm always participating in said discourse. That opinion is typically the main six were ungrateful jerks, and the dresses that they wanted were ugly. I'm a bit of an odd duck because I disagree with both of those takes, and every single time I've talked about this episode on my TikTok account, very little people have agreed with me, and I've gotten more comments telling me that I probably have shit taste, and that I am probably a toxic friend, more than I get comments being like, you are so right, you are so real. And if it looks like I have more comments agreeing with me, it's because I most likely deleted all the mean ones. So I think that if I make a full-length video, like explaining my thought process and why I think the way I do, maybe some people will finally understand what I'm trying to say. What I've also gathered from TikTok is that everyone goes based off of the memory of them watching it when they were 8 years old. I've watched this episode God knows how many times because I had to keep re-explaining the entire plot to people in the comments section. So at this point, I kind of know the episode frame by frame, and that really pisses me off. Before I even get into my opinions, I'm going to give you a general summary of the episode. But if you do not trust me with this general summary, I encourage you to go watch it yourself before commenting. Because I swear to God, if I have to re-explain this episode another time to someone in the comment section, a blood vessel is gonna burst and I'm gonna die. Little shameless self-promo before I get into the video. Do you like engaging in fandom spaces? You should join my Discord server. It may be My Little Pony theme, but all kinds of fandoms are in here. There's so many different fandoms in here, so many. I like to host art raffles and I want to host more of those and some other events. I'm trying to be more on top of it, I promise. The episode opens on a nice day in Equestria, right in front of Rarity's boutique. You see Rarity, and she's all excited about the Grand Galloping Gala and the dress that she's gonna wear. Then Twilight and Applejack pay her a little visit, and Twilight asks for Rarity to fix the button on her dress that she plans to wear to the gala. Upon seeing Twilight's magnificent dress, Rarity's like, oh! Rarity insists on making her a dress. Rainbow Dash crashes in. They have this whole group talk about whatever the fuck. And then Rarity is like, oh my god, you know what? I will make you all dresses. And you know what else we can do? We can have a little fashion show. Everyone's like, okay, thank you, Rarity. Then cue Art of the Dress, the amazing song that is inspired by one of my favorite musicals by Stephen Sondheim. The only good part about that episode is just that song, because it is inspired by Sunday in the Park with George. Anyways, Rarity's done with the dresses. She brings her friends in. Her friends look at the dresses, and they're like, oh. And while they try to pretend that they absolutely adore the dresses, they can't hide their emotions. They're disappointed. Rarity is concerned. She asks for their honest opinions. All they say
that they're just not what we had in mind.
Because of this, Rarity is like, okay, you know what? I will remake these dresses and I will make sure that you are 100% happy with them. Anyways, cue the reprise of the song and she's all upset. She's stressed out. She's overworked. Yada, yada, yada. She can't even finish her dress. Fashion show comes along. Rarity is mortified because she made dresses that she doesn't even like. But her friends are absolutely ecstatic about them and they love these dresses and they're like exactly what they asked for. Now, the fashion show wouldn't be that bad if it weren't for the fact that Hoity Toity was also attending, a high-profile fashion celebrity. Rarity is even more nervous and even more ashamed of her dresses. Anyways, her friends go on stage, fashion show bombs, everyone's booing, everyone's making fun of them. Hoity Toity makes some comment about them being a kitchen sink or something. I don't even know.
All those amateurish designs look like a piled-on mishmash of everything but the kitchen sink.
Her friends then look at their dresses because everyone's booing at them and making fun of them, and they're like, maybe we went too far. Next day, Rarity is depressed, won't even leave her room, and she's like, my fashion career is over. There's no point for me to be alive anymore. The drama as usual. So her friends work together, make her dress, and then get the high-profile celebrity to come back. They do a private fashion show for him. And he's like, whoa, oh my god, these are amazing dresses. And then the lesson of the episode is that don't look a gift horse in the mouth, which essentially means don't find fault in something that has been received as a gift or favor. My problem isn't the lesson itself, isn't the moral itself. It is how it was addressed and how it was handled within this episode. First of all, Rarity was very irresponsible with the way that she was handling the situation in this task. She is a professional seamstress, owns a boutique, I would assume has had plenty of private clients. I would expect someone with that level of experience with these kind of things and also just doing this on a regular basis and being involved in the fashion industry, I would assume that she would be way more communicative than she was with her friends. Like, she should have asked more questions and gotten their input. I don't know, make a sketch of what she was planning to do for the dresses. Ask for the styles, the favorite colors, you know, anything of that sort that they wanted for their dress. Bring them in regularly for a little consultation on the dress and, like, progress reports. Where was the progress report? All she did was get started on the dresses without even asking them the bare minimum questions before you make something for someone. If I'm making something for my friend, at least I will ask them, hey, what are some styles that, like, aesthetics that you like? Oh, hey, what are some of your favorite colors? So I can, like, have some inspiration for what I'm about to make for them. Rarity did none of that. She just got started on the dresses, didn't give them a progress report, so they come in and they don't even know what they should be expecting. And yes, you could say the same thing about the main six, like, why didn't they tell her what they wanted and blah, 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 but, like, if they didn't, why didn't Rarity start that conversation? She is the professional here. She knows what she should be doing. So because of that, and not advocating for herself enough, she kind of put herself in that situation of feeling overworked and upset. Now, this is a whole separate category that I'm going to be getting into because it's way more complicated. Everyone's talking about, like, how the dresses were free and they were a gift and that the main six shouldn't be so critical about them. I don't think that the dresses were free. In the reprise, there's a lyric in there that literally says, even if you simply have to fudge it, make sure that it stays within our budget, implying that they were paying for these. From my point of view, they have full right to be critical of the dresses that they are paying for. But of course, that could have been a plot hole. That could have been My Little Pony being inconsistent like it always is. So if that is the case, these were gifts and they weren't being paid for, Rarity is not obligated to remake these dresses. So why the fuck is the main six getting hate for this? When they weren't even that critical in the first place until Rarity started egging them on. And I understand feeling obligated to remake something that you realize people didn't like. I understand that. I get it. But at the same time, this is still something that happened because of Rarity's own irresponsibility of not asking questions, not gathering information, not doing progress reports, not showing a sketch, nothing like that that could have prevented this from happening to such an intense scale. Like, one thing that pisses me off about this episode is something Twilight specifically says at the end of the episode.
And I learned this. When some pony offers to do you a favor, like making you a beautiful dress, you shouldn't be overly critical of something generously given to you.
Twilight? You weren't being overly critical. She literally asked you, what do you think? And you were sitting there feeling a little awkward because you didn't know what to say. You guys were like, it's just not what we expected. That's not critical. That's not overly critical. You were just expressing your disappointment. And it wasn't even exactly expressing disappointment. It was just saying that, oh, we just expected something completely different, so we're shocked. Of course, it was disappointment, but I will get into that. Since I've made so many videos about this, I've gotten a whole range of opinions from fans. One of the first things that comes up is that the main six were inconsiderate, rude, and disrespectful. At the most, Rainbow Dash was being disrespectful. Okay, we need to stop with this slander of the rest of the main six when Rainbow Dash is the problem here. Not the others. Like, her behavior could be considered inconsiderate and rude because she was just sitting there being like, I don't know, just something cool. I don't know, I just want something cool. Meanwhile, we have Fluttershy coming in with a fucking drawing of what she wanted, saying that she wanted French haute couture. Twilight was giving a whole ass lecture about constellations and what they look like and where the specific star placements are. Just saying that they're inconsiderate and mean and disrespectful is one thing that bothers me, but you want to know what pisses me off to a whole new level? Fluttershy was a know-it-all. She was a brat. She was saying a whole lot of nothing. I would argue that Fluttershy was objectively the most helpful out of all of the main 6, because in that episode, they literally say that Fluttershy has a freaky knowledge of dressmaking. So the things that she was saying to Rarity was dressmaking lingo. She was giving a detailed critique, and she was giving instructions on what Rarity should do. And yeah, yes, you shouldn't be doing a blanket stitch on a dress. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's not called a hoof stitch. What is a hoof stitch? That word doesn't even exist. Okay, I f***ing get it. This is also a pony show, and it's not going to be accurate to humans. And I guarantee you that they probably, like, the writers probably don't even know what the that they're talking about. So they're probably just making shit up, because the kid's not going to go and look it up just to make sure. Do you think they're going to be worrying about like whether the kids are going to be like looking up how accurate this is? Come on now. One of my friends pointed out that when Fluttershy asked for French haute couture and you look at what she got, it looks like French haute couture. It just looks like a cartoony French haute couture, but it looks like French haute couture. The dress that she got is exactly what she asked for. She wasn't being rude by giving Rarity detailed information. She was helping her. Regarding their reactions to the first dresses, though, guys, sometimes people cannot control what their face looks like. And sometimes their emotions are written all over their face. I'm one of those people. I feel like everyone seems to put disappointment and gratitude into the same category. They're not. You can be grateful for something, but still be disappointed in what you got. I can be grateful that my grandparents thought of me and got me a sweater for Christmas. Does not mean I like it. Does not mean I like said sweater. And this is exactly why I don't just buy things for people without making sure that they're gonna like it. And I feel like more people should do this, because you're not also giving someone a gift that they don't want. You're also wasting your own money on a gift that they don't want. Oh, well, the main 6 should have just took the dresses. They were literally telling Rarity that they were fine with the dresses and that they would wear them and that they were gorgeous dresses. They never once insulted the dresses that Rarity made. All that Fluttershy did was say that what Rarity made was not French haute couture, because Rarity kept bugging her to give her her most honest opinion. And here's my thing. If you're gonna offer something to someone and then get mad at them when they take you up on the offer, maybe don't offer them that! Because that's what exactly happens in this episode, and what everyone is getting on the main 6's hind legs for. Like, the main 6 are sitting here with their friend being like, no, I want to remake you these dresses. I want to make sure that you are so satisfied and happy in your gowns. And the main 6 are hearing that. They're looking at Rarity's face, and she's like really, really adamant about it. And they're like, okay, well, thank you, Rarity. I really appreciate that. And then all of the audience is like, oh, those assholes, I can't believe they would take advantage of Rarity's generosity like that. How horrible. They're disgusting little fucks. You're gonna be the same people that would offer me some of your chips and then complain on TikTok because I took you up on that offer. I've seen some people do that kind of shit where they'll be like, oh my god, I hate it when I offer something to someone just to be nice and they actually take me up on that offer. Like, oh my god, I was literally just doing it to be nice. I get not wanting to share your food. I'm not gonna get on your ass about it. Don't get mad at me though if you're gonna offer something to me and then I take you up on that offer, you asshole. I'm sorry, I have a lot of feelings. I hate how the main 6 were treated for the dresses they liked. I don't understand why you guys are so much of a hater on fun and whimsy. Like, you see some creative ass dresses that obviously reflect the personalities of the wearers, and you're sitting here like, Fluttershy's wearing a bird's nest, what a freak. You probably were sitting there eyeing at Gaga when she wore a meat dress. I don't want to hear shit. Oh my god, someone's wearing a fake bird's nest. People wear dead animals on their body, and you want to complain about that. When was it such a big deal that someone is wearing a bird's nest on their head or some shit like that? Like, I see that kind of wear on things, not often, but I've seen it before, and no one gives a fuck. I'm gonna be completely real. Fluttershy and Twilight's dresses are my favorite from that collection. I love those gowns. They're so cute. My philosophy when determining if an outfit is good or not: does the target audience like it? Do the wearers like it? If the answer is a yes, then it's a good outfit. All outfits that we create are art pieces. I like wacky things. I like silly things. I like a little bit of whimsy in my outfits. Sue me. No one talks shit about runway fashion because it's a piece of art Why can't we do the same thing for these dresses? Because that's what it is. These are just art pieces. And I know you're going to say, oh, well, this is just for a gala, not for a runway. I don't care. If someone was wearing fucking runway fashion out in the street, you know what I would say? I would say, wow, that's a really fucking cool outfit, because it's not my life. It's not my life. I love when outfits are personalized and over the top. It literally, like, your personality is all over your outfit, and I love that. It's amazing. And not like it matters or anything, because everyone keeps leaving this out, but Celestia would have liked the dresses. I know that they wouldn't have known that before going there, but she would have loved the dresses. This brings it down to who is at fault. Short answer, hard to say. I do think one side has more responsibility for the situation that they put themselves in more than the others. And I already talked about that. Rarity is more so at fault for her own situation that she was in. And I really feel like the only reason why everyone likes to say, oh, the main six are such assholes and they're the real bad guys in this episode, is just because of the dresses that they wore. I feel like if you swap the dresses and that Rarity's preferred dresses were actually the dresses that the main six were asking for, and the main six's preferred dresses were the first ones that Rarity made, I feel like people would have a completely different vision of this episode. People would be saying, wow, Rarity is such a shitty designer. Yeah, the main six are so real for not liking those dresses. I think it really boils down to just the dresses not being conventionally attractive in dress standards. I don't like that the resolution of the episode was them going with the dresses that they don't like, that they don't really care for. Like, I don't know why we can't just let them have their own personality with their outfits. And I've seen some people say, well, it's not appropriate for the gala. Again, just saying, Celestia wouldn't have cared. She would have loved the dresses. But let's say that there is a dress code and, they didn't know in the first place. So, it's kind of obvious you're going to a formal event. You might want to wear something that is socially acceptable, of course. Rarity could have given her input, said that, hey, this is maybe a little too out there for a formal event. We might want to cut down on that. But I could do this instead. Like, such an easy way to fix this entire situation is just compromise. And I don't know why that is such a foreign concept to the My Little Pony writers. It seems like all the time in these episodes, it's always, we're gonna go this way or this way. It's never, we're gonna work together to find a compromise. And that is something that really pisses me off about this episode, because it could have ended in them compromising, figuring out how to add the main six's personal flair while still having a formal attire for the gala. It could have ended with Rarity learning to advocate for herself and realize that she is not obligated to remake dresses that she made as a gift. It could have been any of those things, but instead it was making fun of ponies for what they like to wear and making it seem like their outfits are objectively ugly, which they are not. They are not objectively ugly. You can't say that something like that is objectively ugly because it's personal taste. When it comes to personal taste, you can't just put an objective on something like, oh, this is objectively good, this is objectively bad, because that wouldn't make sense when it comes to personal taste. When it comes to painting, to drawing, to making music, jewelry, styling yourself, that is such a complicated subject that really varies on the individual themselves. They may find something ugly, but that doesn't mean that you will. That doesn't mean that their opinion is objectively correct and yours isn't. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope this was a fun little conversation to have. If you have your own takes and opinions and thoughts, I'd like to hear it. Put it down in the comments, but do not try to say anything mean, because I will argue with you. I will see you in my next video. I promise I will post more on here. I promise. Bye!